What's up, everybody? I hope you're having a good day. As you can tell from the thumbnail, we're going to be talking about the one mindset that changed my everything, especially here on YouTube. So everybody's always searching YouTube, Google. Yeah, what's the fastest way for me to grow my account? I see these Facebook groups and I see them, hey, you know what? Share the links, do this, do that, boost it. Just so many tricks and tips that I just don't see any purpose in it. And it's a scary thing. I wanted to share a story with you. I did listen to one of these gurus one time, and they said, hey, you know what? Go ahead and do a video on another video. And it was of a person that had huge amount of like views and stuff like that. So I listened to that, and they said, hey, you know what? Do the little head, talk about it, blah, 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 and it's gonna draw in major influence. And it's gonna be crazy, you know, how they talk. They're like, it's crazy, you gotta do this, it's YouTube, and you're gonna be big, and blah, 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 blah. You're gonna win a monkey. So, of course, you know, being new to something, with anything, you're like, oh my God, that guy's right, let me go do that. I found out the hard way. YouTube don't play. They don't play. And they will shut you down in a heartbeat. They will hit you with scam, spam, and whatever you want to rhyme with that. But they will tear your page down. So, yeah, there's a lot of people that have some valid tips and stuff like that. I'm not here to give the scamming, the spamming stuff. I'm not here to give you any kind of tips like that, but just share what has worked for me. Now, if you follow the channel, you know I'm not no guru. You know I'm not one of these people that are like, hey, follow me for tips. See you tomorrow, blah, 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 blah. I'm not that way. When I came to YouTube, like I said, I did that stupid thing and I got nailed on one of my accounts and it shut it down. And I gave up. I was like, okay, all right. But then like I said, I gave up, and then I went to doing other stuff. And I was like, you know what? YouTube's not for me. It didn't work. And then I said, you know what? A couple years later, I said, let me go back and give it a shot. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a short channel and then sprinkle in videos and just share stuff that we do, share behind the scenes instead of sharing the pretty photos like everybody else, all these other photographers and videographers and stuff like that, cinematic videos and things, which would get those videos will be shut down too with YouTube because you'll get a copyright strike. Because a lot of people that are in our market and stuff like that, we build these movies from their events. You know, we provide it to them. We used to do it on DVDs, now we do it on USBs, but we record so much cinematic. It's like a wedding stuff. So if you're not into the quinceañera markets, imagine what a wedding video trailer would look like. When we build these, sometimes the clients are like, hey, I want this song, and it's a copyrighted song. And so you build the video. You know, I'm not telling you to do this, but you build a video and you give them that USB. And then you move on because you know you can't use it. Well, what happens is a lot of people building these channels love that movie so much, and they're like, hey, I'm gonna share this, knowing that they're gonna get a copyright strike, and they put it out there, and then they'll keep putting another and another, and then all of a sudden they want to shift into getting monetized on here. Slap. YouTube starts shutting all their videos down, all of them. Everything becomes red flag because now you're being monetized. And I didn't want to do that. I already knew that because I experienced it. I didn't share with anybody because it was like a major blow in the face, you know. But I had learned that. So thank God I knew that beforehand, and I wasn't sharing a bunch of stuff. Now I did share some live events and stuff like that, or some video coverage that I did at an event, and YouTube would pick up the music in the background, which I didn't think, because it was like, they made sense out of it. It was some live Tejano bands and stuff like that. And they shut those videos down too. So I had to go and switch the music. So if you see some of my videos in the old days, some of those have like a different type of song to it. But you know, you can't always win. Then it came into being criticized for, hey, you know what, you didn't share the finalized product, blah, 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 this and that. That's not what a photographer does. You know, I've been doing this for 50, 60 years and I'm a professional. You're not a professional. You can't even say ISO correctly. I swear to God, that's how I hear it and I interpret it. I tell them back, I'm like, CTM, get out of here. But my mind shift started changing because I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm just going to post what I want to post. I'm going to post because there's going to be an audience. There's going to be someone that wants to watch this stuff. There's going to be someone Googling what a quinceañera dress looks like in the color red. And I have a bunch of them in there so they could see these videos and they'll see me going around the quinceañera. Yeah, it might be 7 to 10 seconds, but they'll see what the fit looks like. They can see, okay, look at that crown. And then they'll drop a comment. Hey, where'd you get that crown? It worked really well on TikTok because it started gaining momentum. And then everybody and their mama started doing it too. But the biggest mindset change, like I'm saying, is just to post what you like. Post what you think is gonna work. Don't listen to everybody else. Close off anybody else that's in your current market, whatever you do. Don't listen to that. When I get that type of feedback, now what I do is I look at that person and I look, okay, you know what? Why did they see this video? Why did they watch it? Especially for the local guys here. Why are they on this? Why are they even tapping into this? And the reason is because they want to see what's been working. Now, it does get a little annoying, but that's what happens when you put stuff out there. You're going to get your competition staring at everything that you do, especially if they're not doing certain things and they're seeing some kind of progress in you or some kind of gain, some kind of momentum. But having that mindset of just posting what you want, being the first. It's like that Ricky Bobby, if you ain't first, you're last. I love that. Just that one quick statement will tell you right there, look, you know what, just keep doing what you do. You're gonna grow. You're gonna get people to follow. You're gonna get someone to like this. And if you don't, you don't. At least you have some documented growth or some progress that you can stand on. That light just switched on here. So anyways, I hope that helps. I know I rambled a little bit. I know I went back and forth. Some of these topics, they're dear to me. So, and I'm trying to speak without using any kind of profanity. And because I don't want these videos to be shut down. So I hope it helps. If you're not following my channel, follow. We have a good time here. I know I'm not the best speaker or whatever the case is, but I'm gonna give it to you straight. I'm gonna be as raw as possible. Like I said, the lights are going out. I had a couple mosquitoes in here the other day, so now I got a little swatter. So I get to get those guys as they go. But thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good afternoon. Deuces.